Hello everyone and welcome back to Fenton Forest here in Farming Simulator 19 with me, See-What-Eso. This is of course the mod map by famed Farming Simulator modder Stevie, and it is day 2, the morning of day 2 here in the farm. Did get quite a bit of work done on the first day. It did take me a couple of, obviously the first couple of videos to get everything sort of started and up and running, especially as far as taking care of the animal situation, which is still not perfect. We still need to get some stuff and that planted for the animals. However, there's one thing I want to quickly talk about and discuss before we get into the meat and gravy of today's episodes, and that is what I discovered last night just before I shut down the game for the evening. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut in some footage now that I just quickly captured last night, real life, which shows why we are starting today with an extra field. So here's the footage. Okay, so I've just finished the ploughing up on field 8, ready to obviously get the fertiliser down and get it then hopefully reseeded with grass, and I was about to call it to an end, my gameplay to an end for the evening, and then I was going to pick up tomorrow and record obviously part 4 of the series, which you are probably watching now, and I'm probably going to put this footage into because I wanted to show you something. Field 7, obviously not my field, owned by the other farmers, has soybeans on it. Field 3, which we knew about because it had oats on it, and those fields were ready to harvest, and that's why I chose not to buy field 3. However, I've just gone on to the map just before obviously I saved the game and exit and had a quick look at the status of everything. If I go to growth, in fact actually there's a field of barley there too, field 12, that the AI farmers have let field 12 wither and die. Field 7's withered and died, and field 3 they've let wither and die. Unbelievable that they would just let crop go to waste like that. That is unbelievable. So of course, me being me, quite naturally, obviously field 3 needs to be ploughed now, and I wanted to buy that field, and I said I was going to wait till it was harvested. Well, now it's withered, I figured I'd buy it. There's no stopping me from buying it now. The crop's gone to waste because the farmer neglected it. So I've borrowed 150,000 from the bank and I've bought the field. It does mean that I've only got 42 grand left now in my opening 1.25 million that we got for farm manager mode. But that is the way things are. We've got a good start though, because obviously in farm manager mode we do start with all the vehicles as you do in new farmer mode and everything, but you get that 1.25 million, and that's enabled me to buy and start with 5 fields, whereas opposed to if you start the game in new farmer mode, you start with fields 1 and 2 and only 100 grand in the bank. And I think if you start from scratch mode, you only get 500,000, but you get all the vehicles, but you still need to buy land, so you won't be able to buy as much land. So actually farm manager mode is probably the way to go with this map. And that's where basically I've started, so I'm looking forward to things. So anyway, I don't want to keep you guys and distract you too much. Let's get back to, I'll let you get back to actual episode 4 now and you can carry on viewing what's about to happen next on the farm. Okay, so it's pretty cool. We managed to get a second field, another field, so we've now got field 3 to add to our starting menagerie of fields that we've acquired. Obviously the money's taking a big hit, but at least we've got pretty much two sides of the map are ours now. And obviously we've got the withered crop. It does need to be ploughed, the soil, so that is something we can set off working. Obviously fields 1 and fields 8 are going to need to be fertilised, potentially. So that's something we're going to look at doing. What I'm going to do is go grab the... I'm going to go get the plough on the big Fenton, the MT over there, and we'll go down, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually try and do course play to do the ploughing for me, because I wasn't impressed with the way... That wasn't very good, was it? Kind of shoved the vehicle through the wall to start with. Anyway, let's go get ourselves a plough. And what I could do is I can set up a course play course for the plough and let him do that. Meanwhile, I've got the Fenton 1000 and the John Deere 8R on the manure and slurry spreaders respectively, because we're going to be having a go at fertilising those fields prior to cultivating them. And I also have to say and announce that I've got my first subscriber task. My first subscriber job has come in, and it's from the Hellgetters. And he basically has tasked me, or asked me, to plant corn on field 1, because we need to harvest corn, because we need to provide for the pigs. So that is my first request. So that is what I'm going to do. I've accepted the task, and I will be getting on with that. As soon as the field is ready to be sowed and planted, I will be planting. I will be planting corn on it, because he's quite right. We do need. I do 7.5, I think. We want field 3. Me, that looks okay. Not going to bother with headlands, don't need it. Let's see, back. Just reversing back from the start. First waypoint. Drive course. Turn on field. Deactivated. Plough past field edge activated. So our courseplay worker should be quite capable, I think, of doing this course. He shouldn't hit the trees at the end. Shouldn't. They are quite a bit back from the field edge, but we'll see. We'll watch him do the first pass, and then we'll go and make a start on slurry spreading. I think I'll put manure onto field 1, and then I think I'll do the slurry on field 8. Perfect. He's actually gone all the way off the edge. So course play so far seems to work better than the AI workers, which isn't a surprise, because course play is a great mod. I don't know if it's been... The version I'm using is the latest, most up-to-date version of it. I haven't checked in a while. I probably ought to have a look and see if that mod needs updating. But yeah, the guy's quite happy to cultivate by the looks of it. A nice bit of overlap. So we'll leave the courseplay worker to carry on with the ploughing. We don't need to do anything with the animals just yet. We are getting some straw. And we are now getting eggs as well. So we've got our first pallet of eggs being produced, which is nice. Not straw. What did I say straw for? I meant wool. Right, we can hop out. Right, we're going to... What was it? Manure spread, wasn't it? We've got a full tank. I might just need to enable some GPSage. So, as I say, manure onto field 1. What I need to do, we've got to... It's a shame it doesn't save these settings. I'm going to actually decrease that by... 1 metre. I want a bit of an overlap, I think. So we'll quickly record calls, if it'll let me. It has. Perfect. So at least I can drive my GPS in straight lines up and down these fields. Looking. Probably do with shifting that course over. So we'll do that. I hope he finds, the guy who's doing the guidance steering mod finds a way to make shifting courses a lot quicker and easier than having to press and hold down Alt page up, Alt page down, etc. That'll do. Right. Ooh. So how far is 32,000 litres of manure going to get us, do you reckon? Will we get the whole field? I'm not thinking my chances are good. Not really going to see a lot out the back. I should be able to see when we hit the edge of the field. First time using the manure spreader. As I say, hopefully I'll use manure spreaders and slurry spreaders a lot more in this series. It's something I only briefly kind of touched on at the end of my Estancia series. And obviously I've not got anywhere near to that point in time of being able to do it yet in my old family farm series that I'm currently doing. So Fenton Forest could be my first time using a lot of natural, if you like, natural product to fertilise our fields and not rely so much on chemical fertilisers. As I say, I don't really want to do too much spraying of fertilisers during this Let's Play. I was kind of hoping that when I sprayed field 2 yesterday, it would have used up most of the fertiliser, but I forgot I'm using the Stevie version of the sprayer, so I only used about I only used slightly over 1,000 litres to fertilise that whole field, which means I've still got nearly a full tank. Nearly a full tank of fertiliser, so it'll be a couple of fields yet before we're completely off the chemical stuff. It will. As I say, the only real chemical we'll probably end up using during this series is herbicide, perhaps if we get weeds. But I'm hoping we won't get weeds too often. I am using the growth control mod to try and limit the number of weed attacks we get during this Let's Play series. So this field is going to be planted with corn. That's going to be our first new crop that we're going to seed. I think due to that is the only request I've gotten so far. So what I plan to do on field 3, which is the one I bought last night, which had withered, which the local farmer had let wither. I think he has given up farming, to be honest. I think he probably owned all 3 fields that had withered. So I bought the field. Obviously I'm ploughing it currently, or courseplay workers ploughing it currently, and what I shall do after we've done that is obviously get it lime spreaded if it needs lime spreading, and then it had oats planted on it, and oats is going to be important for us because obviously we've got horses, we need to feed the horses, and I've used all the starting supply of oats that Stevie gave us at the map start. I've used that already to feed the horses, to put in the horse bin. So I need to make sure I replace that. So we're going to get oats. I'm going to get oats replanted on that field, and that way then the horses are taken care of as well. So the corn is obviously going to be for piggies, the oats will be for the horses. We've got, I think, barley and canola planted on fields 2 and 5, so they all come in quite useful for us as starting crops. Like I say, the first couple of days on this map we're probably not going to be making a lot of money. This is, we're still spending our original starting 1.25 million, and like I say, I ended up having to take a loan. I had to loan 150,000 to buy that field, to buy field 3. But once we've got underway, we should be hopefully in a good position to we can start making some money. Whoa, slow down, tractor. Gets a bit squirrely, I have to be honest. About 6,000 litres, just over 5,000 litres of manure left now. So I don't think I'm going to get this field done. Pretty sure I'm not going to get this field done. So I'm probably going to have to go and buy another load of manure. Not sure if we've got any in our starting manure silo. I'll go and check that. If not, I'll have to get it from the supply point. Is it worth starting this? Only got 1,260 litres. We'll give it a go. We'll see how far we get. What's the worst that can happen? We'll get about 1/5 of the way through the field and then we run out. Right. Let's go see if we've got any manure to start with then. If not, we'll be buying some, and that's going to hit into our profits as well. We need to be over here, don't we? Avoid the tree. Silo is empty. Okay. Let's go check the main farm silo, just in case Stevie's put some in there. He don't think he would have done, but why put manure in the same thing you get your food out of? Nope. Nothing in there. Let's have a drive round to farm supplies. See whether there's any in here. Whether we can buy any. Nope. So we have to get it from the manure point, which is just over here. And that'll be the same for slurry and digestate. Oh, this is going to eat into our profits. I mean, if the worst comes to worst, I can go sell a trailer load of wheat, I suppose, that we harvested off the first field. Because we've got 218,000 litres of wheat, which, to be fair, we only feed really to the chickens. And the chickens aren't going to eat a lot of wheat, because there ain't that many of them. So we could probably do a trailer run as well. Do a trailer run and maybe sell some, maybe a trailer load a week. That should give us a bit of a income boost just to get us through the next couple of days. How's Mr. Miyagi doing there in the cab? That's who we are, by the way. I don't know if I revealed the name of our character at the start of the series, but here he is, Mr. Miyagi, driving his lovely little Fenton 1050 Vario with a Stroutman manure spreader, the PS4 01, not to be confused with the Hyperion trailer, which I often do get confused about. I know when I was doing the XML file changes before the series started, substituting the starting vehicles, the default starting vehicles with the Stevie versions, I did make a mess up of that first XML file because I ended up with 2 manure trailers because of the 3401. I didn't have a normal tractor trailer. I had I didn't have the Hyperion. I had 2 of these. Okay, so it looks like we're about to finish this field. Now, one of the things that does kind of surprise me a little bit, and I'm going to check it again in a minute, obviously once we finish this strip and I take this back to the farm. Obviously what I don't want to do is leave manure in here. for it to go all dry and funny, and you know, it attracts flies and vermin and stuff. So rather than leave it in the trailer, I want to store it, ideally in the silo. I mean, that's why we've got a storage silo, I presume. But I'm not sure you can actually unload a manure spreader once you've got it full. At least I couldn't with the default manure spreader in the game, back on the Estancia series. I could be wrong. Let's go and have a find out, shall we? Because it's a shame if you can't empty these and unload them after you've filled them. I mean, I assume the back would just... Looks like the back should articulate up to let you empty it. But I'm not sure if that's the thing or not. Probably should have used the actual path. So let's see, do we get a unload here? Don't think we do, you know. I'll fold the sides down. But we can't... Can't unload it. Okay. That's a bit annoying that you can't unload a manure spreader once you've filled it. We're just going to have to deal with that. And the question is, can I get it back into the mower shed? I can. Almost. There we go, parked. Right, let's go and take this and we'll park it over by the okay. Interesting. I wonder if Stevie's changed that. That's the first time I've noticed that. We've got manure here. Do the horses produce manure on Stevie's map? Because that would be a pretty big change if it is, because they don't in the default game, do they? And of course, if I ever get desperate for cash, I can sell the pickup truck. Because it would be very rare that I use the pickup truck for anything. Right, we will power wash you before we use you again. Let's go get the... In fact, actually, let's check on the Fent. He is still working the course. He's not got that much to do. Right. Let's go going to get the John Deere then. And we're going to, like I say, slurry spread on field 8 before we replant the grass. Now I don't know if this works or not, because obviously field 8 is already showing as being fertilised. But we can have a look. See if it actually works. And obviously get some course play points applied. I can't believe you have to do this for every vehicle. The train snapping thing. Wow, this is quite a big tool. I will auto whip 30, and again we'll bring it down a notch. That's looking fine as far as the course play track is. Okay, so this one doesn't lift up. It's once it's folded, it's in the downed position. Okay. So we've got to remember to switch it on and off at the edges of the field. With some of the other slurry spreaders, you can lift them up, which automatically cuts them out. And I just failed to do that then. Failed to stop it. Anyway, we'll get the slurry spread. Then we'll be ready to obviously get this reseeded. I'll start with field 1 and get the corn planted for the Hellgetters. As you know, he has tasked me and requested that, so that is what I'll do. Get that done first of all. Oh, I've got stuck on the trees. Yeah, we might lose a few of the trees. As I say, one of the things, again, that could be a good way to make some money again early on in the farm from wood chips. If I get like the Brooks cutter, take out a few trees. Just to give me a little bit of room to move with some of these big machines. So the MT1 has reached the trigger endpoint. That's the plough. In this case, it might actually be quicker to do it this way. Just got a little bit left to do, look. There's plenty of slurry. That's pretty good. I think we've done quite well. Didn't use up all the tank. I know field 8 isn't as big as field 1, so it's tough to do a direct comparison, but I think slurry does go a little bit further than manure. Seeing as we actually, although technically we did have 40,000 litres to start with, which is 6 more than the manure spreader. And so technically we would have about 1,000 litres left if the tanks were the same. Maybe it's of a muchness, you know. Maybe there's not that much difference. Now the interesting thing is, can I get this one back in the shed? Because this one shares a space with that silage roller, doesn't it? So close, yet so far. Hey, I'm actually getting better at reversing these trailers. Blink. Alright, that's the 8R done for the moment. And we'll put him back in the shed. If I can find a camera angle that works for me. Right, let's go find the Fenton. There he is. Stop driver. He's been sat there all that time with the engine running, burning fuel. Not good, dude. Not good. Right, we definitely need to wash the plough. as well as the original So let's form an orderly queue at the jet washer, shall we? Wrong way. Looking at it now, actually, that Fenton isn't all that dirty. Still, we'll give it a blast off. We'll probably use this anyway to do some crop carrying in a minute, I think. I'm looking at the video time, we're at about 38 minutes, and that's probably a little bit on the long side to be thinking about planting and seeding. But that'll probably get done in. That'll be done in the next video. Then the planting of the corn for hell get us, and obviously the resowing of the grass, and so we'll take this one. Where is the best price for wheat? Let's have a look, shall we? Fenton Mill. Fenton Mill. Which I believe is way up on the top part of the map. So what we'll do is we'll take a trailer load of wheat and sell it, because we've got 200, in fact we've got plenty of wheat. And then we can make a bit of money. This will be what, 60,000 litres, so yeah, that'll be good. Like I say, we are going to the mill, which is right up at the top part of the map. What I'm going to do quickly is just turn off the lines on that. Whilst we're just carting, I don't need the lines on when we've got the looks like the vehicles still drive on the wrong side of the map. So yeah, it's a bit weird. I wonder why the farmers let free fields wither. That is quite surprising to me. I think I need to hang a bit of a left up here. Hopefully no trains coming. Wow, it's a bit of a climb up this hill. Withered crops. Why Why would a farmer let fields wither? Slow car in front. It's usually the tractors that are the slow moving vehicles on the road, but in this game it's always the cars. Please turn off. Yes! Means we can carry on. Okay. Trying to learn where everything is because I've not actually sold anything on this map before. Even in the beta when I was doing the my test streams and that, I didn't really sell any crops. It was more about farming the fields and checking out bits and bobs to do with that. I never really got into the whole stage where I was ready to sell stuff. This could be interesting. Okay, good thing is it doesn't tip. If it was a actual tipping trailer, we would have an issue. $47,000, that's okay. Room to pull out. I think we'll follow the road back to the farm. We'll go up here, turn off back down by the river, and then we can go along the front of our fields. 5, 3, 2, back to the farm. Yeah, I'm going this way. I think this field here is a good field. And I think if you was going to do a new farmer series, farm manager series or start from scratch series, and didn't necessarily want the starting farm in the bottom right, I think that area at the top there works quite well. It's got a good area just north of the field that you could put placeables on, I think. Your buildings. So let's so obviously we've got the one of the railway stations here, and we've got the harbour directly in front of us, which has a sell point, of course. So there's field 5 with our canola on it, or oilseed rape as we tend to call it here in the UK. Where we've got, that's the spinnery there. Don't need to be going to just yet. We've got plate sheds down here that we can use. Again, there's field 5. Field 3 that is now ready to be given some treatment, either lime spreading, fertilising, that sort of thing, and then we can get that planted up with oats. And then obviously we've got our barley crop on field 2, which is growing quite nicely. Fenton Forest Farm. So anyway, we've reached a point where I'm going to call this video to an end. Hope you've enjoyed it and I hope you're liking the series so far. When I come back in the next episode, we're going to get on with obviously planting and seeding and whatever else we need to kind of do. And I hope you'll consider hitting the like button on the video if you have enjoyed it, as that helps me out greatly. And again, if you've got any questions, comments, suggestions, any job task requests, leave them in the comment section down below. And if you're not already doing so, please go ahead and hit that subscribe button. So from me, see what he so, and Mr. Miyagi here on the Fenton Forest Farm, I say goodbye, and I'll see you all again very soon with another video. Goodbye for now.